then try and renegotiate for more wages. That's fair to him. That should be fair to the club as well. And that's why I'll stand by him. But in terms of all of this, like, I don't care if he leaves. I don't care if he stays. And I don't know why we do. Like, he's not moved the needle at all for us in the 2 years he's been at Chelsea. I don't even think he's seen the top 7 since he's been at Chelsea. And what? We're doing all of this because he runs around a lot, because the same old tenacity, work rate, and all of that crap. Like, this is Mason Mount 2.0 from the fan base, where they're just overhyping a player who we really shouldn't be trying to protest and scream and cry about to this level. If he re-signs, great. I'm not going to cry about it. I think he's a squad player. Fine. I have no issues for him in that sort of role for us. If he leaves, again, he's not a key player in my eyes. It's not that deep. But all of this stuff about trying to start riots and protests if Conor Gallagher gets sold. Like, well, what the hell? What the hell's happened to us? It's just another indictment of how low the standards in his fan base has got.
Don't you think this is because some of the fan base only see him playing for the shirt and everyone else is just... He's the only one basically not on a long-term contract. He's the only one not on a high wages. So he's the only one who's running around. You can say he's playing for another contract, but also he's the one... When you watch all the commentators and you watch the Chelsea games, he's the one... His best might not be good enough for Chelsea, but some Chelsea fans, and I heard this, by the way, I heard this many times, that he's the only one playing for the actual jersey. He's the one playing for the badge. I know that it doesn't mean anything for... Exactly, right? I heard that.
But the commentators come with an English bias, and like I see through their narrative. Their narrative is prop the free English Cobham graduate, so you can try and focus more on the 2 £100 million midfielders. I see it, and again, like, they have underperformed in some games. I'm not going to say they've been perfect throughout the season, not doing that, but I see the narrative. They're going to pretend Gallagher's been head and shoulders above the pair of them. No, we're not doing that. We're not playing that game.
But so you agree he's the only one playing for the badge?
No, I agree that there is a narrative of it. I need to define what playing for the badge is. If it's just running around a little bit more, like, he's got a better engine. That's one of Gallagher's strengths. But
putting your body on the line, putting your body on the line, getting the extra
putting your body on the line. What is putting your body on the line?
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Go on, bro.
Do you want me to tell you?
Go for it.
Enzo Fernandez in the Liverpool game was putting in tackles just to show that I'm putting in the tackles. We all played football at some level. Amateur, not amateur. You know the player that puts in the tackle just to show the manager and show the fans, I am just putting in the tackle. And I'm highlighting that 2 tackles he did on Enzo Fernandez, or on Luis Diaz, where he knows he's not getting the ball. He knows that Luis Diaz is going to push it around him and just move. And instead of containing and waiting for his teammate, he literally just did like jump in the tackle, knowing that he's never going to touch the ball. But he looked like the guy who's, I tried. So that's someone who's playing for half the game only, which is going forward.
Are we going to say Gallagher doesn't do that too?
Okay, now we're talking. But okay, my point is we are defining what playing for the badge is. We can move to the second part, which is who is doing that, who isn't. But you agree that Enzo Fernandez isn't playing for the badge because he is just putting the tackle to look like the guy who's putting the tackle.
No, I'm saying that's your idea of not playing for the badge.
That. Once you said...
No, you're saying...
Yes, but I'm going to tell you. Once you said, are you telling me that Gallagher isn't doing this? Now we moved from the argument. You agreed that Enzo's doing this. Your argument is Gallagher doing this as well. So you already agreed that Enzo is doing that.
What, both making rash tackles at points in games?
Tackles, just tackles, not rash tackles. Tackles to show the manager that I'm just putting the tackle. I'm not actually playing to get the ball.
No, but I'm saying I've seen Gallagher do the exact sort of tackle where it looks like you're not getting the ball either. Very rash, very late, high up in some instances. So I'm saying the argument that you're making for Enzo making those sorts of tackles, I can make the same argument for Gallagher. That's why I'm trying to say what defines playing for the badge and what makes him different to the other two in that way. Because I don't see it.
Anybody else want to chime in?
Listen, man.
You're on mute, Northside.
Listen, I'm letting you, Mo, because you're the North African Chavo Guerrero, lying, cheating, and stealing. Always got to be devil's advocate. So we're letting you do what you got to do. You can do what you got to do.
I am
You know
not
what I mean?
here.
Come in with
I'm
your
not.
no
See
rider.
the difference? I am not trying to be devil's advocate. I am just presenting the narrative that every commentator here in America, even when you get the world feed, which is from the UK, they all keep saying the same thing. They all keep saying the same thing, bro. It's the same exact
but we're not
every
sheep,
game,
Mo.
bro.
We're not sheep. That's why
No, but
we
I'm
don't
watching
listen
it
to
and
them.
I know what Gallagher.
No, I know what you mean. You're just saying what's being said. So you're just presenting the narrative out there. It's not necessarily Mo's opinion. Mo's just letting us know
No,
this is
but
what's
I
being
also
said.
agree with it in some point. I agree. The
In
Conor
what way?
Gallagher is the Conor Gallagher is the only one I feel when he plays, he's ready to die on the pitch. I don't know why. It might be for the badge. It might be for a new contract. By the way, I'm not in the guy's head. I'm not his agent. But what I'm seeing is, and do you all agree that Conor Gallagher looks on the pitch like he runs around more than everybody else? Is that something
Of
that we
course,
see or no? Okay,
Of course,
so
I
we
see the
agree.
same
I
in
think he's just that type of player. I don't think it's a playing for the badge thing or like he gets the club more. I think he's just that type of guy. He's got an engine where he could run for 3 hours and still not lose any energy.
All right.
That's just him.
But
Yeah,
let me
I got
say
in
something.
Kenya, my club that does that. That doesn't mean
I'm happy that you said that. Now let's go back to how this whole thing started. This all started by Lewis showing us mugs, actual mugs. I'm not calling people mugs. Can you show us again, Lewis, the
I'm
mugs?
not calling people mugs.
And t-shirt.
Oh, yeah,
Because I don't want people to think I'm calling them mugs. They're actually talking about coffee mugs and t-shirts saying, if you sell, what was it again?
If you
sell
sell
They sell
Gallagher,
Conor,
we
we
riot.
riot.
if they sell Conor, we riot. Now let me tell you something, Mo. Name me a player in City, Liverpool, or even Arsenal. I'm gonna put Arsenal up there because they're very technically good right now. That have a player that is, if they sell them, they riot because he runs around and he puts his body on the line and he plays for the badge. Can you tell me a player on each team? Tell me every team's Conor Gallagher. I'm interested to know who the City have who's a
but
Conor Gallagher.
But City and
So there you go,
Arsenal
then.
are head and no, but the difference is City and Arsenal. And me and you know that City and
100%.
Arsenal are head and shoulders above Chelsea in terms of
I
quality.
agree with you.
In
But
terms
here's
of
the thing.
quality.
I
Like,
agree with you, but here's the thing, Mo. Shouldn't we aspire, and I'm gonna say we because me and Lewis we're in different muds, but we're in the
we
mud.
should, of course.
We should aspire to be like the 3 best teams competing for the league this season.
100%.
None of
Yep.
these teams have a player that is just praised for running around. I
Yeah.
have
United have
McTominay.
one, Rashford. That's all he does, run around.
No, I'm
anything
saying
else, can't take on his
Are you
man.
saying we want to be the top 3?
Rashford
No,